I mean, maybe that is the time, kind of go a little bit all in. Maybe we could ship someone off.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Blue Jays Today, where we always have something to say about the Toronto Blue Jays. I'm your host, Nicholas Blaylock.
And I'm your host, Adam Patron. And today, guys, you have been waiting for this one. Should the Toronto Blue Jays trade for all-star third baseman Jose Ramirez? We're about to get into it, guys. But before we do, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that post notification bell button to stay up to date with everything Blue Jays and everything off-season baseball. All right, Nick. So we've gotten this one a lot. Jose Ramirez. I mean, if anyone is living under a rock, please tell them about this amazing player.
Well, basically, folks, he is a perennial all-star. This dude is a stud since 2015. So that was actually the last year that he had an OPS below 800. Since then, it's been an average from 2016 until now of 895 OPS. The production is insane. He's a stolen base monster. He hits a bunch of home runs. He's been in MVP conversations many times. Like, this dude is just so elite at baseball. And the Toronto Blue Jays were in a position at the trade deadline where they were in serious talks with this. We were having those conversations, and it made a lot of sense because that third base spot is a spot of need for us. We don't have anyone there solidified right now. We think maybe Espinal. We think maybe Groshans. We don't really know. Jose Ramirez would definitely be a solid option over there at third.
Yeah, absolutely. Then there's no more questions, and we have an amazing lineup. Like, wow, can you imagine Ramirez batting between Vlad and Bo and Teoscar and George? And wow, just absolutely phenomenal. But should the Toronto Blue Jays make a trade for Jose Ramirez? And for me, I'm leaning a little bit more towards just a no. And here's the reason why, guys. He's going to cost a crap load. Now, I'm a firm believer in reloading the farm system, and we already shipped off number 1 and I guess at the time, it was number 1 and number 4 prospects at the trade deadline last year for Jose Barrios. So to get Jose Ramirez, you're gonna have to probably ship off number 1 and number 2 now.
Well, I would like to chime in there very quickly
Okay,
and just say exactly, to quote, it was Alejandro Kirk, and then start quote, an assortment of top prospects and major league players, end quote. So that was the package that they were looking at the trade deadline. Alejandro Kirk, an assortment of top prospects and major league players. Whom's those top prospects are, we do not know. Whom's those major league players are, we also do not know. But very clearly, we know Alejandro Kirk is super good. And I would imagine we're talking Groshans and, you know,
or Elvis Martinez, Gabriel Moreno.
Potentially. I don't know.
All
for
of them,
sure,
I don't know about that, but definitely a few of them.
They're on the table.
Yeah.
They're on the table, right? So it would 1,000% be a lot. Now, you're kind of on the mindset of, we need to keep these guys here because we don't want to cap our window.
Exactly, that's right. And then that's why I'm a firm believer in that. Like, we already spent a little bit, and that was our gun. We fired off some shots. When you start shooting, you start to miss that window because guys are going to want money, like Manoah, like Pearson, like Vlad, and like Bo, and Teoscar Hernandez very soon, actually. So guys are going to want to get paid. And if you have to let some go, you want someone to replace them, at least in like the batting lineup. So I don't know. I feel like it would make our lineup beautiful, but I don't think the number 1 offense in baseball, with Marcus Semien granted, needs Jose Ramirez to get to the playoffs. You know what I mean? How about you?
I 100%, I do agree with that, man. And I think that the numbers, like, they make a lot of sense. Also, too, the contract on Ramirez, it's juicy. 2 years is how long we'd have him for, and they are very cheap. Once those 2 years are up, though, expect him to free agent it all up.
Oh, yeah.
And it will be 300 plus. Like, this guy is going to get paid. Now, my opinion on this situation is definitely in line with Adam's, and I'm leaning towards no. However, there's part of me that thinks, actually, maybe we should do this. And my arguments for that are the LA Dodgers, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Toronto Raptors. I'm talking Kawhi Leonard, I'm talking Tom Brady, and I'm talking Mookie Betts. These are generational players, and the second that a generational player gets moved, there's something different than the numbers that takes place. It's almost as if the team as a whole, the mentality of the city, the mentality of the fan base, the mentality of the management, everything moves. And even though you look at it on paper and you're like, oh my gosh, like that's crazy. Like you're all in right now. It's almost like something shifts. And I do believe that Jose Ramirez, a trade for Jose Ramirez from the management, to say that to the team, to say that to the city, I think that it transcends just numbers. And I think that it would actually have the potential to, in that sense of the word, make us a World Series winner.
Yeah, that's a very solid point. And I mean, I guess to comment on that, I guess the best time for us to do that, and maybe it's this year, but it might be next year, honestly. If we were to pull the trigger on a Jose Ramirez, it might be in 2023 because he'll be a lot cheaper then. He'll be almost half the time cheaper. You see in trade values, like his trade value right now, I believe, is 73.7. And you see players like him in their last final years of their contracts be somewhere between like a 25 and a 40.
It would drop a lot.
So it would drop at least a decent amount. So with that being said, I mean, maybe that is the time in 2023 when we get a taste of it, maybe this year. Then next year, I'm assuming it's like 2023, then that's the year where we kind of go a little bit all in. Maybe we could ship someone off.
Yeah, and definitely, too, I want to note, like, if we did get him, I don't think that there's any way that we can keep him. Because, again, $300+ million, that basically means Bo is sacrificed. Probably Vlad is sacrificed as well. It's hard to get multiple $300 million guys on a squad. You can maybe get 2 if you're looking at the San Diego Padres. So, I mean, again, it would definitely shorten the window. It would cost a lot. But do I think it actually has the potential to make this team turn into something else and have us win a World Series? I think it does. And I think if the management believes that this is the move to make us a World Series winner, they have to pull the trigger.
Absolutely. I mean, guys, let us know in the comments down below. What do you think about a potential trade for Jose Ramirez? Do you want it to happen? And who would you give up? I like seeing these trade talks. I like seeing the ideas. Who would you realistically give up to get someone like that? Let us know in the comments down below.
Yes, you can also check us out on Spotify, Breaker, Anchor, Radio Public, and Google Podcasts. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Today, Jace has our code for Monkey Knife Fight and for Manscaped, so hop onto both of those. Also, $3 a month to become a Patreon. Call into the show on the Wine Unwind. Shout out and thank you to all of these beautiful people who are current Patreons. You guys are amazing. We love and appreciate you.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. And go Jays, go!